She's become such a fan favourite, but she takes no prisoners. Do you find yourself defending her to people?
I feel like in the beginning, I remember the pilot premiere in the U.S. and they wanted us to tweet throughout the pilot, and I remember reading all of the comments that people were saying about how horrible she was and this and that, and I was like, just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and then there was the scene with the mom, and everyone just went, oh my gosh, I understand. And they started having a bit of empathy for her.
And how do you get on with Connie backstage? Are you able to kind of keep that from spilling over into real life, if you see what I mean?
Absolutely. And sometimes I was really worried in the beginning, and especially amongst females. You never know. And the first scene that I had with her was when I'm walking into the dressing room and I meet her for the first time. I meet Raina James for the first time, and I'm incredibly passive aggressive. And I kept apologizing afterwards because I think it hit a sore spot in me because I was raised in a similar industry and I was always taught that you don't treat people that way. So even though it was a character, it still felt uncomfortable for me to do it. And she'd be like, what are you talking about? It's fine, don't worry about it. But as we've gotten to know each other and we adore each other, it becomes more and more fun to really go after each other and to kind of poke each other's buttons.
And let's talk about romance, because Juliet's been so unlucky. She's had a wedding she ran away from, and she's had a fraudster, a con man.
But she just gets it good, huh? This girl, she's just a train wreck.
Yeah. But I was kind of seeing something with Avery. Do you think that could happen in season 2?
I think anything can happen in season 2, and I am completely honest when I say I have absolutely no idea where they're going to take this, which is exciting and exhilarating and terrifying. You never know, but it's definitely a possibility, absolutely.
Obviously, we've had the heartbreaking end to the season with Juliet's mum. How do you think her death's going to affect her going forward?
Honestly, once again, I could go any way, but I felt like it could very well go, that she comes to terms with a lot of things, that she finally realizes that her mom did love her and truly loved her and made the biggest sacrifice that a parent could for their child. So that might, fill that hole in her a little bit.
And at the heart of the show, obviously, as well, is Raina and Juliet. How do you think their relationship has kind of changed over the course of the first season?
In the beginning, it was, of course, very passive-aggressive, and I always wondered why, and I feel like there's still some sort of explanation for it, whether it be just being jealous of feeling like Raina grew up with this white picket fence life and family and had everything handed to her on a silver platter and was so loved when Juliet felt like she wasn't. But there's a scene with Deacon where Chip Eston, where he asks me, I go through all of the list of all the country music stars that I grew up listening to with my mom, and he asked me if I listened to Raina James, and I said maybe. And so I didn't know if it was a combination of being jealous of the life that she led, or that her music somehow reminded me of my mother and my dark past. But there is definitely something in there.
Were you kind of nervous about showcasing your singing on the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have terrible stage fright, and it's something that I'm still getting over, I'm still working through. And I feel like Nashville is the perfect place to start because you get the feeling that people really do want you to do well, and they really are supportive of each other. And as much drama as the show, as the television show shows, I find that the country music artists are very, very supportive of each other.